Operation Decisive Victory, Webmerized, and Red Hill Brewing. Also want to say thank you to our Patreon subscribers. Without you, this episode would not be possible. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Southern Fried Philosophy Podcast, where it is our take on life, liberty, and the pursuit of gravy, while you, the listener, are invited to the front porch, grab a beverage, and set a spell. We've got a great show lined up for you, as always. But before we begin, let me introduce you to our starting lineup. Running the video, Facebook Live, and YouTube Live is our very own Magic Man. What up, Magic Man?
What up? How's everybody doing?
Yo, 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 dog.
Yo.
And our producer at the control deck, producer Brian.
Hey, hey, hey.
And I, of course, be your illustrious host, Biggin. And how about you? Guys, we got a great show, like I said. Always, producer Brian, will you please tell our folks where they can find us on the socials if by some chance, for God's sake, you finally listen to the show and you don't know where to find us?
Yeah, if you're still wondering, we're on Facebook as Southern Fried Philosophy, on the Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch at SFP Radio. You can always email the show at sfpradio@gmail.com if you'd like to support us. We would love that. Patreon. We do have a Patreon account, patreon.com/SFP Radio. These chicken sandwiches are adding up, so any help would be awesome there. There's some swag involved too, I believe, for your Patreon.
Yeah, you can get some t-shirts, that kind of stuff.
Yep. You can always catch us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and the TuneIn app, as well as the occasional TikTok, maybe.
You don't stop.
They don't stop.
Evidently, Magic Man said that TikTok does stop because we can't live stream on the TikTok yet.
Apparently, I learned a trick today to get 5 million views on TikTok.
What?
All you got to do, and I think we're really the prototypical account for this. But if you get a sandwich and you ask for extra mayo and they actually give you extra mayo and you complain about it, 4.5 million views.
Wow. That's incredible.
Is that what happens?
That's what happens.
Wow. Dude, we can make that happen.
Right?
We can make that happen.
We can be grumpy old men about our food and just, get reposted a million times.
What if let's order food and then get angry when we get it.
Yeah.
I like it. Let's do that.
I asked for extra cheese. They gave me way too much cheese. I mean, come on.
I'm dealing with allergies tonight, and it's not a good thing. We would also like your help to be a YouTube subscriber. Just go over to YouTube, type in SFP Radio. Our page will show up. At that point, just subscribe, like, and whatever on those videos. You could tickle the little subscribe button. That'd be great. We would appreciate it. Do whatever you freaks do. We would appreciate that. Tickle it, lick it, whatever you want to do.
Woo, really selling it there.
Yeah,
man. We need at least 100, so please do that, just so we can then say, go to youtube.com/SFP Radio. Right now, we just say youtube.com/gigglygoop, and that doesn't quite work out. So if you are staying at home, or if you want to do a podcast or a video, not those dirty kind, like the fans only, not those kind. Don't do those. Extra. Yeah, well, okay. All right. Maybe he does.
Or less. I haven't decided.
I'll charge less if you do a dirty video. That makes sense. To put me through that, I'd probably charge extra, but that's you, man. You do you. Shoot an email to headlines@SFP Radio. That'll get you to our producer, Brian. Then producer Brian will then do some podcast work or video work or fans only work or whatever. That would be great.
Whatever you want to pay for, guys. I'll do it.
He says whatever. He means whatever. You still owe me a video. And then if you want to... Oh, well, that was quick. That's just it. If you want to be a show sponsor, just email us at sfpradio@gmail.com. And then you too will have your lovely logo placed on our page. We could say subscribe here and even point to your logo. We could shout it out. We can tickle it, whatever you want to do with it. We can do that as well. we would appreciate a show sponsor. That would be great. All right. So here is the part of the show where we talk about our listeners. And last week we called the North Dakota Visitor Center, and we talked to our friend Donna to see if she would listen to the show. Donna pulled through, and she has listened to the show. So we do have our visitor from North Dakota. Evidently, that worked really well. That we decided this week we're going to call Vermont. And the original idea was to call Ben and Jerry's Corporate. Ben and Jerry's Corporate then put us on a trail, we'll just say that, of calling different numbers. Then it says for an emergency, call 911. We didn't think that was appropriate, so we did not follow through on that. So we did not call 911.
It was close.
Do what?
It was a close one. We thought about it.
We did think about it. I mean, how great would that be? 911, how may I help you? Well, Ben and Jerry's told us to call you because we have an emergency.
Have you heard about Southern Fried Philosophy?
Would you like to, where are you located at, and would you like to hear about it? So we decided not to have the police called on us and sent to our home. So we decided not to do that. Yeah. So we looked up, what are some things that you guys think of when you think of Vermont? I'll go to Magic Man.
What do I think of Vermont?
I think fell asleep. Yeah. What are some things that come to your mind when you hear Vermont?
Fall leaves on the trees.
Oh, okay.
Year round.
That's good.
I don't know. Small northern towns.
He's pitching this thing.
Yeah.
I like it. This is what happens when you don't pay attention. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, I'm doing my job of texting, or not texting, but talking with people.
You're texting while working? Is that
yeah.
That's streaming?
Yeah. Texting while streaming.
All right.
No laws against that yet.
Don't be drinking.
That's right.
So yeah. You hit the nail on the head there. You said maple syrup. So I Googled maple syrup, and by goodness, the very first one, Mom and Pop's World's Best Vermont Maple Syrup.
Yes, sir.
So we decided we're going to call the maple syrup, the Mom and Pop's World's Best Vermont Maple Syrup, and see if they would listen to the show. And so we've recorded that. We're going to play that for you now. Joyce, here we go. So here's our call in to Vermont.
And for those of you on Facebook, I'm not playing that audio, so you have to tune back into the real podcast. So we're going to jump ahead here because I haven't edited any of that stuff out. So, appropriate shirt there, Magic Man. I just saw that. Syrup Life.
Yeah.
Or Syrup Life, as we learned.
Oh, man, those allergies.
Yeah, Biggin's blind right now, I think.
I think we're back. So there we go. I was, as soon as Joyce said, oh, really? Like, I'm going to be on the show? I felt like there was some hope. Mm-hmm. So later that day, I checked the stats. And ladies and gentlemen, right now, we still need listeners from Alaska only. Yeah. So we got a Vermont. Joyce pulled through. She's a new listener from Vermont. So we want to say shout out to you. And, we're still waiting to hear back from Alaska, from Sarah Palin's folks. We put in the requests. We have yet to hear back. So we may not get Alaska next week. We'll keep you updated on what's happening there. But right now we've got North Dakota. We've got Vermont. Now we need Alaska. Then, gentlemen, where are we going next? We going north, we going south. We going to the old top hat of America in Canada.
I hear Vancouver's nice. We don't have a Vancouver
I was thinking, let's go to Canada, 80.
Okay,
hey.
Let's go to Canada.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
And eventually what I think would be cool is, we'll call these provinces in Canada, and maybe at some point we just take a northern road trip up, and we just go over to Canada, see our folks, come back down to North Dakota, and then we just drive all the way home.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun road trip.
Kind of just loop over the Great Lakes kind of thing, like a big circle.
Yeah. There you go. Okay. We'll do the truffle shuffle over the Great Lakes.
In Canada, they put gravy on their fries, I think. So I feel like that's a kindred spirit, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Also, I want to apologize for last week. I didn't quite get your reference of Goonies until I went back and listened to the show. So I was like, why is he talking about pirate ships? I don't understand. So I get it now. So if you don't know what we're talking about, we'll go back to the last episode.
Yeah.
I was a little bumfuzzled.
I worked for that one. Then I asked later in the week to clarify. I said, "Have you seen the Goonies?" I think I was editing when I asked you the question. You're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
So there's no reason it went over your head. Okay, just check.
Well,
absolutely.
I am. What was funny was, I wasn't on the show last week, and so I listened to the podcast earlier this week, and when I heard that "Hey, you guys" thing, the first thing I thought was Electric Company. That's where originally.
I don't even know what that is. So
yeah, I don't know that.
I'm a little bit older than you two. It's like a show kind of like Sesame Street from back in the 70s.
Oh,
you know what I remember is who is the I remember 3-2-1 Contact.
Yep.
You remember that? And then they had the Bloodhound Gang.
The Bloodhound.
I always love those mysteries.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't that a band in like the 90s?
I know Slick Shoes was a band. From Goonies, a Goonies reference.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think they were Christian ska.
That sounds right. That sounds right.
Yeah. So, Magic Man, you listened to the show last week. What did you think about our call to Donna in North Dakota? How did that go?
Oh, I was loving it. It was good stuff. Good radio
gold.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So,
then,
producer Brian,
I was laughing at all the pickle references, and,
right.
And no tattoo, and there's not enough beer that could do that.
There's not enough beer.
Not enough.
So,
beer.
I disagree.
Yeah, I'll disagree on that.
I was just say, yeah, you can pass out, and then someone do it while you're passed out. Sure.
So if we get 1,000 listeners and subscribers, you won't get a tattoo.
No.
Oh, Brian and I are doing it.
Oh yeah. A follow up, by the way. The temporary tattoos, they're still there.
What?
They're still there.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna have to take some chemicals, I think. Apparently they weren't the cheap kind, so they're fading, but they're still there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well done.
You can't really see it with the light, but
yeah, you can't see it
there. Yeah.
Well done. Way to go, temporary tattoo.
Yeah, man. Hot dollar.
You want to talk about ice cream?
Yeah. So we tried to call Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah.
So that sent me down a mental rabbit hole later in the day about ice cream flavors. So I went and looked at the Ben and Jerry's page because I was wondering about something.
Right.
Because we had mentioned, hey, what does it take to get a Southern Fried Philosophy flavor?
Right.
So is there any like Southern type flavors on the Ben and Jerry's page?
Maybe like pecan, Southern pecan.
Probably peaches.
That's the question. That's the thing. There's not current flavors.
Okay.
They did used to have a peach cobbler that was really good. I'll say that.
Okay.
Nothing. So it got me. I started hitting the Google, and I feel like Southern people are underrepresented in the ice cream space right now.
Yeah. No, I would.
Think about in the major. I'm trying to think about an ice cream brand, and again, I haven't eaten a lot of ice cream in the last year and a half, but that has think about Southern desserts turned into ice cream flavors. Like how many of those are actually out there? I know butter pecan.
Yeah,
that's pretty Southern, right? What else is there?
I think you're saying like peach cobbler.
Peach cobbler ice cream, banana pudding ice cream is fantastic. I've made that. It's amazing. Why isn't that a thing? Why doesn't that exist? Pecan pie as an ice cream,
Yeah.
I think Watergate pie would make a good ice cream. You know what Watergate pie is?
No, is it?
This is how my wife won my heart. It's a graham cracker crust, and some people put nuts in it, but I can't eat nuts.
I'm in.
But there's
Are
graham
you
cracker
really?
crust.
No nuts?
I got a nut allergy, unfortunately. Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah, graham cracker crust, and then there's cream cheese on top of that, and then you have layers of vanilla and chocolate pudding, and then on top is whipped cream. Y'all, this is some good stuff. I tell you what.
Could you make? I guess you could make a ice cream flavor. It's almost like a Neapolitan without the strawberry. Black and white kind of thing.
And add some graham cracker to it.
Yeah. Graham crackers, cream cheese, vanilla and chocolate pudding, and whipped cream.
Yeah, I think you have to go peach cobbler. I think that's a given, right? I think banana pudding's a given.
Yeah.
Chess pie.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, get some of that. Oh man, I mean, you just put a good pecan pie and just mix it up in there.
Yeah, it doesn't have to, I mean, it could be, think about butter pecan ice cream, but instead of pecan pieces, it's pecan pie pieces.
Right.
Right. So you get that richness. Different. Yeah. Pick your Southern quintessential dessert and let's make ice cream. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And then slap a SFP sticker on it.
Easy peasy. You know what? Oh, my wife makes her homemade ice cream. So we might actually make some, we could do it this summer. We'll make some SFP ice cream.
Go to like the flea market or like downtown Concord and dish it out.
Just come by the house, pick it up yourself. All right. So I do have some news I want to kind of break to the listeners, also to you guys, that this was tough, that this is going to be our very last SFP radio show ever. We're giving it up. I'm giving it up. So this is it.
Major cliffhanger. We'll never know about the best chicken sandwich.
You'll never know. So sorry, guys. And it's April Fool's. So there's that.
Yeah.
I know you guys were a little, you didn't look shocked. You didn't look surprised. You were actually kind of hoping this was it.
Talk about a letdown, man.
So I'm going to ask you guys, like I ask you every week, how you be doing? Magic Man, let's go.
Oh, doing peachy keen. Doing really good.
Ooh.
Actually,
I mean, you look so slick with that haircut, man.
That's an ice cream flavor right there, right?
Peachy keen.
Yeah. We actually, Donna says, oh gosh, you had me. But no, doing good. It's amazing the little bit of remaining winter we had come across today, and it's supposed to be here tonight and tomorrow, but it'll warm up again. I guess I'm doing the weather here again. I need to get that green screen to work so I can start throwing up weather maps and
the low pressure system, right?
Yeah. Hey, I don't need to see your low pressure system. Please don't. Yeah, I mean, I got a jacket on because it's cold in the office and I don't want to run the heater. So there's that. Producer Brian, how you doing?
I'm so confused right now.
What's that?
Well, today is April 1st.
Right.
And it took me a long time to figure that out. So it's like I saw so much stuff. Just like I don't spend a lot of time on like social media during the day because I've been busy. Mm-hmm. But I'll look at like my phone for a minute and like, oh, is that real? And then I'll like fact check it, right? Mm-hmm. Like, oh, okay, that's not real. And some things really got me. There's some stuff I follow, like a band I like posted something about having 150 unreleased songs they were going to allow today. I was like, oh, what is that? And then I went, oh man, you got me, But someone posted something funny this morning and it said April 1st, the only day where people actually fact check what they see on the internet. Because the rest of the time you just take whatever comes at you and you assume it's real, right?
Right.
So that was the best part of the day for me.
Yeah. I got on the scale and it said you lost 5 pounds, and then it said April Fool's. I was like, screw you, scale.
5 pounds.
Yeah, got you. You and your ice cream eating ways.
How you be doing?
I'm good. We got back from a trip to Georgia. And I mean, it was a good trip. It was for a wedding. So that's when I, popped out the suit that I got from the House of Lamond and had a good time there. It's always good to go down and see the family, hang out with them, partake in a lot of the Reverend Elijah Craig special drink. We had a lot of that. A lot of that. But one thing that was given to me was just Chick-fil-A lemonade, the gallon of that, and the bourbon, and just mix it. And I just didn't realize how much bourbon I kept putting into that cup. And it was so good. And I just kept drinking and drinking and drinking. And then, but luckily I got to the point where I stopped before things started spinning out of control. So that was good. It was good to see other people, having a good time and enjoying themselves and whatnot. Usually when I go to weddings, Jessica brings it like I'm the life of the party. Like I go in and like I'm the fool dancing like crazy and all that stuff. But it was family. So it's a little bit of a different feel, because I don't want to be there and them look at me at Christmas and say, I remember that time you got butt naked at my wedding. So I didn't want that. So I just kind of kept it low key, let them kind of do their thing. And so, yeah, it was a good time. So, wow. Yeah, we had, we had food for like 500 people. We were cooking all these pork medallions with bacon wrapped on them and chicken tenders. And the food was so good. So had a good time with that. While we were there, though, and I'm going to skip up just a little bit because I was going to ask you, Ryan, is where you go down to Georgia. Is that right?
Yeah.
You go down there a couple times. Where do you go in Georgia?
Well, the Brunswick, Georgia area, which is where my wife is from.
Okay.
And that is on the coast. It's the southeastern coast of Georgia. So it's about halfway between Savannah and Jacksonville.
Okay. All right. So you're taking 95, is that?
95, yeah. And, her family, they now live like west of Brunswick. So they live out in the country for the most part.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. But no, I always have a good time to go down there and visit them.
Yeah. The one thing that you're missing when you go down is the Buc-ee's gas station. Are you familiar with a Buc-ee's? Have you ever seen a Buc-ee's?
I think I have. In the travels that I did with a previous job when I'd go through Georgia to get to Alabama, etc.
Okay. If you're not familiar with Buc-ee's, you will when you go to heaven, because that's basically heaven.
Oh, wow.
I got a video. I'll try to post it.
If Jesus had a gas station, is that
if Jesus had a gas station, the only thing that would make it better if a Chick-fil-A was like attached to it, and maybe a Hooters. I don't know.
And a Krispy Kreme.
A Krispy Kreme. Could you imagine a Chick-fil-A, a Buc-ee's, a Krispy Kreme, and a Hooters? I mean, that's it right there. That's the whole gamut.
Wow.
But this is a giant gas station. When I say giant, this has got like they sell sleeping bags. They sell armchairs. They sell it's like a Hobby Lobby on one side of things. And then there's like kolaches, which are the most amazing, delicious food that you can have for breakfast. And then they have Texas brisket in the middle of it. They make their own fudge. They do like their own snacks and everything. I mean, it is amazing. So Mojo decided he's been to Buc-ee's before, and we was like, hey, do you want anything from Buc-ee's? He said he wanted jalapeno kolaches. I'm like, okay, I can bring you back some. How many do you want? The Joker then came back and said 24 kolaches. Wow. 24. And I was like, I asked him next day, how were the kolaches? He said, well, I ate 6 of them that night, if that tells you anything. 6. And basically they're like a pig in a blanket, but the blanket's like a yeast roll, and it's really thick sausage, probably about, I'd say maybe like a quarter of an inch thick, to an inch, somewhere around that ballpark. And then, but I mean, it's very delicious. So if you're ever in the area of Buc-ee's, good gracious, it is quite delicious. I would say stop their Texas brisket burrito in the morning. Fantastic. So if you're in the Georgia, it's like Georgia, Alabama, Florida, Texas is the main hub of it. And I think they're starting, Jess said they're starting to build one in Myrtle Beach. So if that's the case, hey buddy, I'm going down to Myrtle Beach a lot. So Magic Man, you may want to go down 75, go to Buc-ee's, and then cut back over.
Cut across.
Just a thought. The southern word of the week is plum. No, not a fruit. The B on the end should give you a clue that we're not talking about the fruit. South of the Mason-Dixon means plum means completely or totally. The example is, I'm plumb tired after this long day. Have you guys heard that word before, plum?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
And actually, I think there used to be a dance club here in Charlotte called Plum Crazy, if I remember correctly.
Huh.
A while ago, yeah.
Oh, what kind of dance club was it? Was it an adult dance club or?
Probably not. I never went, so I don't know.
Oh,
probably not.
You just know.
I just know the name.
Okay. All right, guys, I want you to do this. We tried to do this a year ago when the story hit, but you couldn't really do it. I need you to get your phones out. And if you are listening, you can play at home. What I need you to do is type in, if you're a man, you're going to do man. If you're a woman, you do woman, but type in Florida man or woman, and then your birthday. And then the first article that pops up. So, for example, mine is the first one that pops up. Florida man steals elderly woman's purse, runs her over in McDonald's parking lot.
Brian.
Wow, we got some feedback on that one.
Woo, that was interesting.
Florida man steals elderly woman's purse, runs her over in McDonald's parking lot. Oh, Magic Man, what did anything pop up for you?
Oh yeah.
All right, tell me yours here.
Florida man stabbed nephew for hogging bathroom. And then the other one that comes up that's pretty funny is Florida man slapped with big mouth Billy Bass singing fish. Take me down to the river. Whack.
Whack. My second one is Florida man finds body inside trash can he was storing for a friend. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. How about that? So yeah, I'm sure if you're following or playing at home. One. All right. I think producer Brian, I think you are on Mr. Robato's scale here.
Yeah, I'm lagging really hard, so I may have to get here a second. But
it sounds like he's
Florida man robs Wendy's after grilling burger. That's
yeah, we're not hearing you, except that you sound kind of drunk.
Not yet.
So
actually, you know what? That reminds me, when I was listening to the podcast earlier this week, I was listening to it on Stitcher, and you can actually speed up and slow down the playback.
Yeah.
And when you slow it down, it sounds like y'all are 3 sheets to the wind or very high. It is hilarious.
I think what we should do is every week, Magic Man, I'm going to need you to listen to the show, find the best part that would be the funniest as we are drunk, and then we will play that one again the next week where it's just slowed down.
Hey, that sounds like a good plan. That'd be funny.
That'd be a good bit.
Yep.
I guess we're just going to wait for producer Brian. Are you coming back, or what are we doing here? He appeared for a second.
I want to switch devices. Okay.
All right. Okay.
So we're gonna hit pause for a second. I want to switch devices.
Okay. So hit pause. All right. I'm gonna hit pause, I guess, on my. All right. So if you have anything, if any of our people on Facebook want to respond with their Florida man or Florida woman story, that would be funny.
And hey, you're getting a good view of the behind the scenes.
Yeah, this is how
for our
the sausage is made. Yeah. So what I did too, so that we're paused, I put in 3 kolaches in the freezer. So, whenever we are able to connect again, once we've had some beverages, we can have these to kind of help our stomachs soak up some stuff. So
there you go.
So I got 3 of them we got in the freezer.
Hey, the weather's warming up now, so.
Golly, we got I got my first shot coming up.
Oh, good.
This next week, so we'll see how that goes.
I tried to get my shot, get scheduled for a shot. It was late last week, early this week, and the HM I already said it, HM Healthcare website. It's like had all these slots. I started trying to sign up, and then all of a sudden it says it's no longer available, and it had me go all the way back to the beginning. When I went back to the beginning, it says there's no times available, and it called this number to make an appointment. So I called the number, and it says go to the website to make an appointment.
Well, Jess found this guy that she was following on Twitter, and if you want it, I can forward it to you. But some guy in the news department, I think WSOC, he tweets out whenever he finds appointments available, and he tweets them out. And so if you're early enough to see it, you can make that appointment.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, that's kind of handy dandy.
Yeah.
So we shall see, but I'll be glad when all this stuff goes back to normal.
Yeah, I'm with you, dude.
Anybody say anything in the chat?
No. The only person was Donna.
Okay. Hey, Donna.
I can't tell who's watching or anything from this one view.
Yeah.
Since we got 3 people watching from Facebook. So, hello, Facebook listeners.
Oh, Facebook?
Yep. Now, 2 weeks ago, we actually had somebody from Twitch watching.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Huh.
And Donna says hello back.
Hello. Now I got to let him in. Let me in. Let me in.
Little kid.
Get off
Little pig, let me in. All right, that was cheesy. Brian's going to have a huge chunk to edit out.
Well, I mean, he's using, we've stopped our audio, so.
I've left all my stuff going.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Good to note.
Yeah. I'll clap when we get started, so that way.
Oh, that's good. People are tuning in. No wonder why we don't have many watchers. Yeah. This is boring. I could do a striptease if that helps. Donna, you don't want that. You don't want that. I don't think that's Facebook approved anyway.
It's a family-friendly show.
It's true.
We now have 4 people from Facebook.
Okay.
So
hello,
whoever
Facebook.
The 4th person is, welcome. We're having some technical difficulties. If you just joined us, we will resume the recording of the show here. Ooh, echo.
Donna said $5. Is that for the strip show or to not do the strip show?
She said that's all I got for us.
Awesome. Can you guys hear me?
We can, but you sound like you're in a tin can.
Yep.
Well, I'm switching devices here. I'm getting creative. So you're not going to see me, but if you can hear me, we're good to go. That's all that matters to me.
Okay. Well, I mean, you sound
like you're calling in.
You're calling.
Well, so just a little behind the scenes here. I am. I'm still recording through my microphone, so I'll be able to edit my voice in so it sounds good on the final product.
Okay. All right.
So that's
but we can hear you. So there's that.
You can hear me. We can keep going here. If you'll make me host, I can resume recording on the Zoom session.
We did this before.
Or you hit record and we'll call it a day.
Well, we don't want me to record, right?
It doesn't matter. As long as someone records the backup audio, we'll be good.
All right. Well, I'll hit record. Record to the cloud?
To the computer.
To the computer. All right. Oh, but you know what, though? I may not have that setting where it's all the different things.
Oh, right.
So I'm stopping the recording.
Yeah, that's fine. Is your Audacity working?
So far.
Okay.
Yep. No, it froze. No,
okay.
Wait, I paused it.
Okay. Hit record. As long as we have the recording, we'll be good.
All right. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, this is how the sausage is made, folks.
Yeah. I really wish we had sausage. So I'm hitting record again to the computer. All right. So let's see.
Yeah.
So we did the Florida man birthday scenario. Were you able to pull up a scenario or a Florida man on your? Okay. What was your title?
Mine. I disappeared. Basically, it said, man robs Wendy's after grilling a burger.
Well, there you go.
I guess he broke in, made himself a burger, and then robbed the place.
Not a bad idea, sir. Not a bad idea. All right. And last thing that I want to bring up is there's a website that I don't know how it got on my Facebook feed, but somehow it did. I guess I was looking for diet stuff. And they were talking about this. It's a website called healthywage.com. And basically how this website works is you put in your current weight and then you put in your ideal weight. And then they start taking bets on if you can make it or not. And in a certain amount of time. And then you have to pay them X amount of dollars. They say you have to pay us X amount of dollars if you don't get your weigh in, you don't get your weight loss in. And if you do, then you get paid a chunk of money. So I didn't go through the whole scenario, but people were saying like that they made thousands of dollars or like $1,000 losing weight following this plan. My question to you, one, is that motivating for you? Two, would that be anything that you would do? And three, is that even like ethical to start putting Vegas bets on you losing weight? So Magic Man, what are your thoughts on healthywage.com?
To answer your three questions, no, and no. No, I mean, well, if I'm going to lose weight, I want to, do it because it's healthy. It's good for me, not to make money. I mean, I guess it would help. I guess I just know kind of how I am.
Right.
And I just don't.
But
feel
if
like
you had to pay,
away.
if you had to pay like $230 at the end of the week because you didn't get your goal weight, that's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money, and I'd be pissed.
Right? It may make you not get that sandwich or that donut or whatever.
Yeah.
Brian, what are your thoughts?
Well, so a little this is psychology, right? So
right.
I've done competitive weight loss before. So,
okay.
Well, essentially, what I did was, I just got distracted. When I was like 19, okay, right. Me and my dad were going to both lose weight, and the deal was, and he had just like, I was paying him back for a car. He had bought a car, and I was like making payments.
Okay.
If I lost more weight, this is over like a 3 or 4 month period. If I lost more weight than him, he would like nullify the car payment.
Oh wow!
Like, and if he lost more than me, I had to buy him a kayak.
Okay.
So there was like a real competition there.
Okay.
I obliterated him. So
you were going in at night while he slept and putting M&Ms in his mouth. I understand.
I just I took it. I'm a competitive person, so it's just I took it very seriously.
So this might work for you. Like that might be something you're like, heck yeah, I'm going to win my money.
Yeah, I'm stubborn and competitive. So
okay.
Yeah, I could probably pull this. I wanted to go and fill out the form right now.
Right, healthywage.com. I think I need somebody like Tintu Parameswar who would like yell at me and be like, "Go run," and like just drill sergeant. Like I need that guy.
Yeah.
To yell at me. I feel like I'm more motivated when I feel like I'm a piece of poo-poo. I don't know why that is. But anyway, that came up. I thought it was interesting. I wanted to get you guys' thoughts on that one. All right, so let's go to the Chicken Madness Round 4 presented by Red Hill Brewing. Let's go ahead and get our beverages for the evening, gentlemen.
Yep, let me get my cooler.
Yep. Look at this cooler I got, Magic Man. I don't know if you can see it or not.
Yes.
It has got a llama on it right there. That is my daughter's llama. So
is it a llama or an alpaca?
Or alpaca, sorry. Alpaca.
It is an alpaca. Oh, I'll alpaca you some lunch.
See what you did there.
Yep, I got a cooler. It's not as cool as yours, though, JT.
Yeah, well, what is? I don't know. It may be a llama. I don't know. So, again, Chicken Madness Round 4 presented by Red Hill Brewery.
This is Pinball Wizard.
Pinball Wizard. It's a pastry sour ale.
What does that even mean?
I think we're about to find out, ladies and gentlemen. Who doesn't enjoy a crazy game of pinball? And who doesn't enjoy a crazy beer while doing so? Saluting our friends at the Basement Arcade Bar, Pinball Wizard is a perfect with 2 quarters and time tilt. Pinball Wizard is what is that?
Kettle?
Kettle sour ale brewed with honey, cinnamon, and lime. It's a refreshingly sweet and tart pastry stout. So thank you to our friends at Red Hill Brewing Company right here in Concord, North Carolina, downtown. We salute you. Thank you for the beverages.
Cheers, folks.
Cheers.
Cheers. Now that is interesting.
Sour, as advertised.
Yep.
That's not bad.
I didn't see that coming. Ooh, okay.
You don't like it, Biggin?
I think I've got to get used to it. I think after a few, I'll be all right.
I've never tasted anything like this. I'll say that.
Okay.
It smells like blackberry cobbler.
Okay.
It does not taste like blackberry cobbler.
No.
I don't drink a lot of sours. That's the thing too.
That's the thing. Yeah.
This isn't super sour, and that maybe it's the word pastry, but I keep thinking about like pie dough. I'm drinking this.
Okay. I got a little bit of a blueberry. It almost tastes like a blueberry pie, maybe.
Yeah, that's in there on the back, like the middle edges of your tongue.
Yeah.
I'm treating this like a bourbon tasting. Look at me.
Sure, which you should.
We'll swirl it.
So
if you hold it up to the light, it looks purple.
Nice.
The can's purple.
Smells like
for those
rubber.
That can't see.
Wow. Donna, I'm going to ask you if I'm allowed to say what you just typed in the chat, because that's mean. So overall thoughts, I liked. I'm not a huge fan of this one, but I'm just being honest. I'm not a sour guy, so there's that.
Yeah, I'm an IPA guy myself, but it's not too
each
bad.
his own.
Yeah.
It's not bad if you don't stop drinking it. If you just keep going, like chug it.
Yeah.
It's a constant flavor.
Right.
It's when you stop drinking is where the problems start.
Maybe that's his plan. Genius, Chris. Genius.
Show title.
Maybe that's his plan. All right. So this week we went Arby's versus Bojangles. If this is your first time listening to the show, which why should it be? If you go back 3 episodes, we are doing a March Madness competition bracket with chicken sandwiches from across chain restaurants in our local area, which does include Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, Zaxby's, KFC, McDonald's, Arby's, Wendy's, and Bojangles. If you're somewhere in the South, you should be able to get each one of those sandwiches. So this week was Arby's versus Bojangles. I thought there was going to be a little bit more for me I was excited more about the Bojangles because I haven't had that one before. Gentlemen, let's go ahead and set this up.
Whoa. You say you haven't had the Bojangles sandwich?
I've had the Bojangles Cajun filet biscuit, but I haven't had the sandwich. The sandwich, no.
I always get the Supremes.
Okay, you always get the chicken tenders. Okay,
yeah, that's the kids' meal. Yeah.
Well, hey, I'm gonna bring up on the page now the results of last week, which most everybody knows who listens. But there's the results. So it was Popeyes and KFC last week, and KFC won.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Yeah, that was a good sandwich. That was a very good sandwich.
Yeah, we have a barn burner here tonight.
Yep. So let me kind of explain what we have with Arby's. Arby's, well, you son of a biscuit, it says Meat Craft, and that's a registered word there, means letting the ingredients speak for themselves. This is a crispy chicken breast that is topped with lettuce and mayo and tomato and served on a star-topped bun. Nothing fancy, just real good taste. So that is the Arby's sandwich. Do we want to go through the scoring of the Arby's sandwiches?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, who's running this one?
So you guys can still hear me, right? So
yeah, I still got you.
All right. So we got point system: 5 points for presentation, 5 points for bread, 5 points for sauce, 5 points for toppings, 10 points for chicken, for a total of 30 points. Grand total possible 90 for between 3 judges. So the Arby's sandwich, they're the 7 seed going against the 2. Presentation wise, Biggin gave it a 4.5. Yep. And me and Magic Man both gave it 4s. It was a very good looking sandwich.
Yep. I liked it. I gave it some extra points because it was in the box. So there was that.
It wasn't smushed.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't smushed.
It had a nice looking, the bread had that crack, that seam down the middle. So it's fancy looking. Right.
Mm-hmm. The star-topped bun is what it said. That really threw me over the edge.
Yeah, so very good looking sandwich. You can see all the components when you pick it up. The lettuce looked good. It was like shredded lettuce, not like a piece of lettuce.
Yep.
Which I like. So good looking sandwich. Bread. Okay, here we go. Biggin gave it a 5.
I did.
I gave it a 4, and Magic Man gave it a 5. That's top scores for bread.
Yep. It had like an onion flavor to it. I don't know if it's supposed to have. I don't know if somebody put it under their armpit, what have you. But there was like a oniony taste to it that I appreciated.
Huh. Well, they do have the beef and cheddar, which is on an onion roll. So maybe they were in the same bag or box or something.
I'm thinking that's what it was.
Interesting. Sauce, which is mayonnaise again. You gave it a 2.5, which seems pretty consistent. I gave it a 3, I think, which is also about the same. Whenever there's mayonnaise, the points are all the same, basically.
Right. Yeah.
Magic Man gave it a 2. Very close. Anyway, mine, I think had the right amount of mayonnaise on it. So,
okay.
For the sandwich, toppings in this case is lettuce and tomato. I believe there was an onion or pickle. Yep. Pickle may have changed some things, but a 2.5 for you for Biggin, 4 from myself, and 2 on the toppings.
Ooh.
For Magic Man. So doesn't like pickles or salad, I'm guessing.
What was it, Magic Man, that really kind of did the 2 for you? Was it the shredded lettuce?
All of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just
didn't like it.
Didn't do much for me. Yeah.
Okay.
And now the main event for the chicken itself. Big gave it a 7.5. I gave it a 7. The Magic Man gave it an 8.
Wow.
Again, very, very high scores. Overall, and I told my wife this earlier, I think for me, of the standard chicken sandwiches, like the lettuce tomato chicken sandwiches, this is the best one for me.
Wow.
Like over Wendy's, over, I think, was there another one? What was the other one that was, maybe it was just Wendy's that had the lettuce tomato?
Well, there's KFC that had lettuce tomato.
Did it?
I
thought it was a pickle one.
Maybe it was. McDonald's?
I think it was
McDonald's.
Yeah, McDonald's and KFC. Yeah, McDonald's and McDonald's and Chick-fil-A had just pickles, and that was it.
Oh, golly. Okay. All right, so maybe you're right. Lettuce tomato.
I think there was 2 that had lettuce tomato, if I remember. Because KFC's trying to copy Chick-fil-A also.
Yeah.
Right? And Popeyes. Yeah. Anyway, for me, Arby's was better than Wendy's, which I also really liked.
Okay.
Anyway, so total score, 22 from Biggin, 22 from myself, and 21 from a Magic Man. Ooh, for a grand total of 65 points, which is actually higher than any of the sandwiches last week. However,
that happened. How did that happen?
Those were amazing sandwiches. So
yeah, what did we do?
Okay, again, we said this in the beginning. Week to week, it's going to be different.
Right.
maybe we're refining our palates a little more. I'm really curious to see how things score next week with the results. But moving on to bank, you have a description for the Bojangles?
Yep, I sure do. Let me pull that up. For Bojangles, it's the Cajun filet sandwich. It's our signature Cajun spice chicken breast filet served with crispy lettuce, a juicy tomato, and creamy mayo. But did we mention it's all on our toasted buttered bun?
So same point system, of course. Presentation wise, Biggin gave it a 5.
Yes, sir.
Perfect score. The good looking sandwich. I'll give it a 4. And Magic Man gave it a 4. Did I give any of them a 5? I don't think I gave any 5s. No. I don't give that many 5s, folks.
You don't. This was in a box and it was wrapped up. I don't know how you could do any better.
Yeah. I think the Arby's was wrapped too, wasn't it? Mine was in paper.
Mine was not in paper.
Okay. Mine was in paper. Huh. My Arby's was attached to a gas station, so it's one of them fancy.
Ooh, fancy.
Magic Man, any thoughts on the presentation?
It looked like a chicken sandwich to me.
So poetic.
Hey.
You don't have any pickles, you don't have anything to say.
That's right.
So bread, for 4 from Biggin, 5 from me, and a 5 from Magic Man on the bread. This was real close for me.
It's a high score.
It was so close. I almost gave like a 4.5 on the hardback. I don't give half points, so I was about to get a half point because it was so close. But just a touch, it was like it was almost like potato bread, but not quite. It was a little toasted, had the little seeds on top of it.
Mine was a little dried out, and it could have been just that bun, but it was a little dried out.
Interesting. Again, that's the restaurant to restaurant probably thing.
Yeah.
Sauce, in this case, is a slightly different mayonnaise. 2.5 from you, 3 from me, and Ryan bumped it up a point and gave it a 3 for this mayo. So, what put the mayonnaise over the top for you, Magic Man?
Seemed to have a little extra compared to the other ones.
Yeah, I would say mine had too much.
I don't think you want chunky mayo.
It's tartar sauce.
Which wouldn't be bad.
I thought it was pimento cheese at first when I looked at it.
For 69 cents, you can add pimento cheese.
That's a choice. That's a good one. I think it was a little too much mayo for me on this one, but I kept the points the same. It's funny. Well, I'll give that at the end, but yes. Very close scores. Toppings, lettuce, tomato. It's a pretty thick tomato, I feel like. On mine anyway. Which if you like tomato, that's good. I don't like tomato, but 3 from Biggin and myself and a 2 for Magic Man, which is consistent. And then
Here we go.
Chicken. This is this kind of surprising part.
Yeah.
Biggin 6.5 on the chicken, whereas me and Magic Man both gave it an 8. So what's going on there?
Here's the thing, and I took pictures of this. I'll post it, when we post this. So, but I want my chicken. If you're going to call it a chicken sandwich, your chicken needs to be thicker than the dang tomato that it came with.
Preach.
This was the thinnest piece of chicken. Now, the taste was great. I loved it. But if you're going to say a chicken sandwich, it needs to be thick chicken. And this thing was it was not, the breading was thicker than the chicken. And that's what really, really made me upset. So that's why the 6.5 score will stand. It was difficult because I really enjoyed the flavor of the sandwich. But when I looked at it, it's unbelievably thin, and I couldn't stand for that in a chicken sandwich competition.
Wow. Yeah, I would say they don't have the thickest piece of chicken. Mine wasn't. I didn't get in my feelings about it the way you did, but I got it an 8. So, but I think my feelings on the Bojangles sandwich is well documented.
Right, you love Bojangles.
I do love me some Bojangles. I love their sides. I love their chicken. I like it all. I think,
if you could put their fillet, like a fillet, like their chicken tenders, and make that a fillet, then we got a whole nother ball game, son.
Yeah, they need to up their chicken sandwich game a little bit. You know, again, I love that sandwich, but after eating these other 7 sandwiches, my faith is waning a little bit. You know, but so final scores. You gave it. Biggin gave it 21. 23 from me, 22 from Magic Man, for a total of 66.
Yep.
So 1 point difference. This actually swung. If you guys had been watching this spreadsheet at lunchtime today, you would have seen this points change like 3 different times. It was like it was back and forth. I made a couple of. First, I filled out the form wrong. and I was like, oh man. And then I went back and adjusted it, and it was a tie. I went, I don't want to deal with a tie. So I reevaluated the mayonnaise, essentially.
Okay.
And that's what put us here. Because I was the last one to vote today.
Right.
But there was about a 5-minute stretch there where Arby's was on top.
Wow.
Yeah.
That says something. And even the comment that you made that out of all the sandwiches so far that aren't like top tier, that Arby's is still your favorite, but you still let Bojangles win. That says something.
It wasn't my favorite. No, out of the traditional, I thought there was 3. I liked it better than if you like the classic chicken sandwich, like not the Chick-fil-A classic, the actual classic.
Okay.
The mayonnaise, lettuce, tomato sandwich. I think Arby's does the best job in that space.
Okay.
Now, what we're coming down to here, and really, I think Bojangles is going to fall into that spot because they're making the same sandwich. It's just Cajun. And Cajun puts their chicken over the top just a hair. I like the flavor of their chicken just a touch more.
Yeah.
I think it's brined or something maybe, or marinated.
Or just thinned out like a champ.
Yeah, well, I think you got a bad sandwich. But the good news is in 2 weeks, you get to have it again.
Here we go. Yeah. So next week, we've got another battle royale of Chick-fil-A versus Zaxby's. And then we're going down to KFC versus Bojangles. This is where the crap hits the fan and things get real. So we'll see.
Final 4, man.
CFA versus Zaxby's. This is definitely going to be a heavy hitter round here.
Final 4.
Yeah, I think there's 3. Well, yeah, there's 3 real contenders here.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that. So depending on what your thoughts are, we'll come down to it. So thank you, Red Hill Brewing Company. Thank you for the drinks and sponsoring the Chicken Madness 2021. Producer Brian, do you have any wacky news for us today?
Yes, actually, I do.
All right.
I almost forgot. Now, if my computer will behave, it'll be a different question. So, actually, I can do this on my phone. I will do it on my phone because my technical difficulties. For 1 moment. This is going to be a fun edit. All right.
Monday morning.
So Pepsi has a new flavor that you probably can't get, but it's curious. Have you guys heard about this?
No.
Is it some mango?
No, it's not mango. It's not near as exciting. So this is Easter related. So think about food or products you may eat around Easter time. And think about that as a Pepsi flavor. What would be like some of your top choices for that?
Yeah, I think chocolate bunny comes to it. So I think chocolate Pepsi.
Okay.
Cadbury egg.
Oh,
Cadbury egg, sure.
Good one. I like the Reese's egg, but I don't think they're going to do that.
Peanut butter chocolate Pepsi? No, that's not too far. Well, how about Pepsi and
Peeps?
Peeps. Yes, that's right. Pepsi and Peeps are collaborating on a new drink that combines the 2 extra sweet flavors. So, it mixes the pace of Pepsi with the pillowy, soft, and sweet marshmallow flavor of Peeps. that makes it the ideal accessory and thirst quencher for springtime and retching. Okay. They're making a flavor. Basically, they weren't selling it though. They were giving it away if you like pimped yourself out on social media the right way.
Smart.
They had 3,000. Okay, so they were giving out set like the 7 little mini cans. Okay. You get a 3-pack if you I think the time has passed to actually receive this. Sure. They made 3,000 of these to give out. Whoa. But the travesty here is they didn't call this Peepsy. Like they're really missing out by not. It's right there in front of you guys. Come on, you need more marketing. And the hashtag is hanging with my peeps. So. Yeah, so we missed out on that one, guys. Sorry I didn't catch you sooner.
Yeah. That's gross. Magic Man, would you drink that?
Yeah, that's a real question. Would you?
No, I wouldn't. I'm out.
What if you put a little rum in there? Would that make it any better, you think?
Everything's good with a little rum.
Yeah. So I tried to roast a peep on a flamethrower. Not a flamethrower, but a blowtorch, technically. Like 2 years ago. It didn't go over so well. I thought like a roasted peep, like roasted marshmallow, it might be good.
Do you ever do the peep wars in the microwave?
No. What's that?
So you get a toothpick, you get 2 peeps, and you stick it in the peep sideways, like it's a sword, and then you face them facing each other. Then you hit go, and then whichever one sword touches the other one wins. So you have like a little action game in your microwave with the peeps. Whoever's sword touches the other one wins the.
Okay, that's going to be our first TikTok video right there.
There you go.
It's going to be Peep Wars. Oh, man. So when's the last time you guys went to the zoo? Has it been recently?
Probably about 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, it's been years for me.
To the St. Louis Zoo.
So did you go to the lion exhibit when you were there by chance?
Yes.
Was there a lion in the exhibit?
There was. Yep.
Okay. All right. That's good. Well, a zoo in China replaced the lion in this exhibit with a golden retriever.
Oh my God.
It's not Major Biden, is it, by chance?
No.
Okay.
It's a golden retriever. Yeah. Apparently this is all over China. Like at first they thought they were in the wrong place, but then they kept looking around and it's a lion. Like looks like a lion exhibit. But apparently there's a history of zoos in China. When the animals die or get moved, they just put a dog in this place. It's not the only time this has happened. So you got a lion with a golden retriever. And then there was another time for the wolf exhibit, they put a Rottweiler in place of the wolf.
Just don't replace like a poodle with a penguin.
That's just the kind of stuff I think people are dealing with over there. That's insane.
Ironic, because don't they eat the dogs?
I was getting ready to say at least they weren't being eaten.
Well, I wasn't going there, but
we went there.
I got okay, here's probably the last one here. We got a criminal. This is fun with the criminals here. Stupid criminals, I guess. And, you had a bit at one point, I think, where it was like this. But
I think that was just called
oh, well, this is actually Oklahoma. So Sharon Carr of Oklahoma was taken into custody on Friday night and charged with first-degree burglary.
Okay.
Officers responding to a report of a burglary at a home, blah, 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 found a screen that had been pried off with a board in addition to a bag of Cheetos and a bottle of water that were left on the floor near the broken window. You can see where this is going. Police were able to identify the suspect because there was Cheeto residue in her teeth.
Oh, no.
So the two things that forensic people are looking for are gunshot residue and Cheeto dust. Things you cannot get rid of.
Absolutely. You can't do it. As much as you lick your fingers, you ain't getting rid of it.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, don't take, if you're going to go, rob a bank, get the Cheetos.
Absolutely. I made a reference earlier to Major Biden. Have you guys heard about the president's dog?
Well, I heard he pooped in the floor of the White House.
He pooped on the floor, and this is the second time he's bit somebody. Like, y'all, somebody needs to do something with his dog. Like,
that dog's got to be stressed out, though. Like, he got taken out of his house. Right. And put in this other house with how many people are in the White House?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, depending on how old the dog is, I don't know anything about the dog, but I'm not a dog guy either. Apparently, I'm defending this dog. Like, that's like taking your dog and having them at Walmart all the time. Like there's so many people in and out of that place.
Sure.
I'd be pooping on the floor and biting people too.
But what happens if like Nancy Pelosi's over there and the dog like pees on Pelosi? or there's like a world leader over there and he like takes a chunk out of his arm. Like World War II started by Hitler. World War III started by Major Biden.
Maybe don't let the dog in the office.
Yeah. Or, don't let him go.
Trying to learn something.
But could you imagine if that dog lifted his leg on Schumer or someone else like that? Good gracious.
Like, foreign dignitary. Because I've had like family members who have had like small dogs like Chihuahuas and Dachshunds. And you walk in the room, like Tracy, I'm a big dude. The little dog sees me. He just stops and just drops it on the floor. Like either pees or just like dumps one right on the floor as soon as he sees me. Like, what is that?
Right. Yeah. Well, I keep having these thoughts of like Cousin Eddie and Snot at Christmas Vacation. Oh, yeah. and that's a visit to the White House. He's like, if he starts on your leg, you just let him finish.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I could see the dog lifting his leg on one of the dignitaries, and then Biden go and say, "Oh, he likes you."
It's a compliment in our country.
Yeah.
Right. And then the dignitary's like, "Oh, we could use that in our iguana exhibit." Oh, well, thank you for that wonderful news. Are we gonna? I know you're busy and you're slammed, but is there a future of SFP headlines, or is that one dead?
I think so. I think there's a future. All
right.
I've been doing some classes for a while, and that's almost over. I have all these big plans for this free time I don't have right now. I used to record that show in the middle of the day.
Oh yeah,
when there weren't people in my house, so it's like I did that on at 9 a.m. on like a Tuesday.
Gotcha.
When it was quiet, I could block off an hour, record it, edit it, post it. No big deal.
Right.
Well, my house is crowded now, and I've managed to. I'm on some other podcasts that record, and I send my kids upstairs, and it's worked out. So if I really wanted to, I could probably make it happen right now.
Yeah, no worries.
And I'm probably going to relaunch in the summer.
Cool.
The trick also is wacky news. It's kind of hard to find these days because the biggest news coming out of the White House is the dog pooping on the floor. So
there's no more Rocket Man, which that still owns me to this day. But now we get to talk about Biden and his dog. So there's that.
When people start leaving their houses more, I think we'll have some more clarity.
Sure. Absolutely.
So when we get out of this situation, I'm hoping to have some more wacky news because really it's shut down. And to be honestly, I think one of the last episodes was right after the George Floyd incident.
Ooh.
And I just that kind of shut me down a little bit, just because of the situation and the climate. There wasn't any good news or funny news happening right then. On top of the pandemic wasn't ending,
It's not funny.
all that stuff. Nothing. So it kind of took me out of the mood to do it. And then I don't know. I've enjoyed pulling these articles for the show, so maybe I can find some more stuff there. Yeah.
All right, you all. I'll leave you with, again, please visit Mom and Pop's World's Best Vermont Maple Syrup Store at, what was the website again?
I was like momandpopsmaplesyrup.com or something.
Yeah, just visit that or something like that.
I'll put it. It'll be in the show notes. It will be in the show notes.
It will be there.
So check it there. Yeah.
We're going to test to see if they can actually, if you can order and ship it. So Joyce said that you could. Well,
yeah, I tried to order today and ran into some technical difficulties. So I may end up calling them and see what's going on there. I think it could be a browser. It's probably my fault.
Probably. User error.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks again for tuning in. Next week, we have got, again, Chick-fil-A versus Zaxby's. We do not have a guest, but the following week, we'll have the Whiskey Priest. So we're looking forward to that. Wait, is that right?
I think you do have a guest next week.
No, not next week.
I thought I saw
that is next
invite.
Week.
There's somebody next week.
Yeah. Let me redo that edit.
And Facebook's getting a great show tonight.
Yeah. I mean, they're loving it. Just give me a few minutes, guys.
Doug Knoll.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to bring up his stuff. Forgot it was next week.
Anything happened on the Facebook? I was trying to watch, then my computer freaked out. So
yeah, now we had Donna interacting with us for a little bit.
Yeah, Donna sent us that brain teaser last week.
All right, so next week on the show, again, KFC versus Zaxby's, and probably a little bit out of our league, we have guest Doug Knoll. He's an award-winning author, speaker, and trainer. He was a trial lawyer for 22 years, and he has become a peacemaker and a mediator. Today, he helps solve deep and he says words I don't even know, intractable conflicts, and teaches others to do the same. He's an adjunct professor at Pepperdine, where he teaches decision-making under uncertainty, conflict. Now, I'm going to have him on the show to kind of talk about conflict resolution. He says here, how do we not argue with our spouse or partner ever again? I think that's key. And how do we have calm conversations? Yeah. So, you can use this for marriage therapy points or something like that. So I'm really intrigued to pick his brain a little bit on that and how to have calm conversations, which I personally need to do. So this is the self-help improvement of our show. So we're going to be excited to have him on.
So intervention next week.
Absolutely. And I don't have to copay for this therapy. So there's that. All right. So thank you guys again for tuning in. You're listening to the Southern Fried Philosophy Podcast. And as always, keep looking up. You're listening to the SFP Radio Network.